Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just want to shoot a quick video. I've been putting this off for a little while. I'll do another video about procrastination in the future, but it's been on my heart really to talk about something that's really personal to me, about my journey through stuttering, through stammering. I can remember whenever I was 4 years old, I remember my dad having to go to Japan for a year. I remember talking to my mom in the kitchen and something happened inside my brain. It was like a light switch turned off, but for my voice. When it turned back on, I could barely speak, I could barely whisper. When my voice finally came back to me, I remember it was like being in a dark room for a long time. When the light turned back on, everything's a little disoriented. That's what happened with my voice. And I started stuttering bad. I was like Porky Pig for the longest time. All throughout elementary school, I remember having the hardest time carrying on conversations. I remember my mom, my dad being sympathetic, being patient with me to take the frustration away, not one bit. I remember going through speech therapy, and I can't tell you the mechanics of things that I learned. The only thing, honestly, I remember is playing video games after if I did everything I was supposed to, and it helped. But I still remember stuttering. I still remember, even after joining the military, that I stuttered, I stammered, and it was frustrating. And what's even more frustrating is knowing that I'm called to an occupation now, a career now, and a future where I need to be able to speak publicly. So, of course, I prayed about it. But at the same time, there's certain things that are within our control. And as I talked about before, that's first and foremost being intentional. As I said before, I'm called to speak, and I know I can do it. But what I had to do was start being intentional. I had to make the time to make myself better. Our minds are so amazing in the ways that they can heal our body. And the way that I healed myself, so to speak, was through putting myself in situations where I had to speak over and over again, whether that was at my church, whether that was through the military events, whether I was emceeing events, and of course taking speech classes here and there. Something most recently, I'm sure you've heard of before, it's something called Toastmasters International. I started doing that. That's helped tremendously, and I recommend, if you're going to be in front of an audience, go sit through Toastmasters, go join the organization for 1 to 2 years, go through the presentations, do the speeches, enjoy the times when you get to do table topics. Not only in Toastmasters do you work on prepared speeches, but you also work on table topics, which is impromptu speaking. That helped a lot, but ultimately it comes down to being intentional. And even right now, through doing this video, if you struggle with a stammering problem or stuttering problem, I can tell you, I know what you feel, and it hurts. But right now, what's going through my brain, I'm having to string together my thoughts slowly. And if you notice, I'm pausing before I say something else. Instead of saying ums, you knows, and that sort of thing, I have to intentionally put together my next thought, my next phrase, and intentionally pause and breathe and think about what I want to say next. So I want to encourage you today, whatever it is you're struggling with, recognize it and accept it, but be intentional about doing something about it to change and better yourself, because I promise you, you can. You're only defeated if you accept that you're defeated. Recognize faults, but don't let it be a failure. Let it be a stammer. Let it be a stumbling block. Recognize it and get through it. Be intentional. Hey, thanks for living in. Thanks for listening. There it is again. It happens, and it's going to happen, just like it'll happen to you. But keep pressing on, keep pressing in. Have a blessed day.